Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Hot Springs Island. Into Discord we go. Alrighty, the map is now less blinding to your eyes. You're welcome.
Thank God.
It looks like it's slightly nighttime, but that's okay.
It does, yes.
So, we're going to rewind ever so slightly, just a wee bit, before you guys walk over to the garden zone, which is where we were going. Tusk was showing you there. He walks you up to this area in front of what is essentially a giant herb mound. Before he officially walks up to it, though, you guys notice 4 pillars. They seem to be made out of basalt. They're approximately 10 feet in diameter, and they're about 5 feet tall. In the center of each of them is a large metallic sphere, about a foot in diameter, and it's slowly spinning on like this water blanket and kind of just bouncing. And those water's like bubbling up out of this basalt. And it's not really flowing down necessarily. There's 100% magic at play here. And Tusk just kind of walks over as he shows them to you guys, and he just smiles and just kind of looks at them.
Fancy.
He nods to you like and says, "Yes, these are nice. When feeling bad, I like to walk around and look at them. Maybe dance a little."
Dance a little?
Yes, non-impressive dance like Sarabi, but still good dance.
What's
I want to
the
see those dance moves, Tusk.
Tusk like
Do the pillars serve a purpose?
Not to my knowledge, no. They're just nice. Just nice to look at.
Not.
And looking at them, you do feel somewhat relaxed, actually. There is something magically calming about them.
Yes.
As you look around, though, you can see that the entrance to this large hut is actually guarded by 2 to 3 of the Night Axe. You see them standing at guard with various spears and axes and such. And the part that we're rewinding is he was showing you inside. Kidding, he's not. He's actually going to show you the outside. And as he does, he kind of leads you guys around this large hut, and he ends up just kind of like pointing to it. From a distance, before you guys walk past the well-defended perimeter of this camp, you guys can see this from a distance. It's essentially a giant herb mound, and all the herbs are actually growing on the outside of it. And he kind of just like walks over and doesn't touch any of them, but he shows you guys all the various plants and just kind of points out.
Is he naming them?
Nope, just pointing at him. Just like, this one's nice and fluffy. This one's long.
What's it called?
Yes.
Unfortunately, I didn't learn about these. They're new.
So, do you know about those over there?
He kind of walks over and has a quick look. And when he moves over, he says, "Oh, yes, that is, we call it spider brush." And it looks very similar to the little plant that you guys saw that was walking around. They're actually like growing into this thing. And as he kind of walks over to it and gives it a poke, it just kind of shimmies along the outer perimeter of this dome.
Oh.
You're
Saw some of those, yes.
Yeah,
You're-
we found
you're-
some of those.
you're growing these little guys?
Oh, yes. Well, they kind of come here and then they grow. I'm not growing them, but we are.
Oh.
They're not bothering us. Maybe they help. Who knows?
Do they serve any real purpose, or are they just here?
He just shrugs. Not sure. Kind of funny to watch, though.
True.
And then he kind of pokes around a little more, and you see something that looks like brambles. They seem kind of sharp. There's basically, rather than a plant growing outward from this dome, they look like roots growing outward. And he kind of just points to this and says, "This one is strange. It grows down, so I can't show you what it inside dome."
Oh, yes. I've seen those, actually.
Ooh. Do you have one?
No.
Oh, shame.
Drank from one, though. Not sure what it does, but...
Oh, interesting. I've not personally drank from one before, but have heard good things. If you want, we can look over this way. And as he kind of walks you guys over in this general direction, he's just pointing to various plants and structures and things that are growing out of here. You can see most of them are honestly just herbs. He's not entirely sure what they're called, but they're incredibly fragrant. As you guys kind of walk around, he does poke the ones that he knows are herbs, and you can smell just it's a very earthy scent that sort of fills your nose, and it's quite pleasant. And he pokes the blue flowered plant again that kind of like shimmies on over, and he has a little laugh at himself.
Wait, hang on. You said blue flowered? They flower?
Yeah. And as you guys are kind of looking about, Tusk looks at the 3 of you and says, "I'm going to walk away for a moment. I need to speak with somebody. You don't mind looking at herbs alone, yes?"
Sure.
Sure.
Don't pick any, but you can look at them, and do not go inside.
Can I touch them?
He
Just
nods.
like stroke them a little bit.
He's not sure what you mean by stroke a little bit, but he slowly nods, and then he kind of hoofs it on over to another direction. And as you guys kind of look around town, you can see that everyone is very much keeping busy, whether they are hauling the carcasses of animals around, whether they are trading, stacking things up, getting things ready. You see there's like a pit off in the distance. There's a lot going on in this town.
I'll take a look at all the herbs and see if there's anything. Like, what would a merchant look for in herbs that he doesn't understand? What is the most abundant herb?
Yeah, maybe hardest to grow.
Hardest to grow, you obviously can't tell that, but you do know the ones that are growing upside down are quite weird. They probably require a very specific surrounding to grow, as these are incredibly atypical. But in terms...
Yeah, so they taste nice, though.
Yes, they do. They're quite sweet. In terms of abundance, interestingly enough, the bramble-looking plant is quite abundant, and there's something that looks similar to a squash that is surrounded by the various herbs. And from what you can tell, Lekka, a lot of them just seem to be, I don't know if you're familiar with like raw herbs. Most people aren't. I actually say you're probably not because you're new with your herbalist kit, so
No.
that makes sense if you're familiar with the processed version.
I traded spices, sure, but that's that's processed good usually. So
yeah, that'd be like selling paper and knowing exactly what every type of tree is. Very, very disconnected product. So while you probably don't immediately recognize them, you slightly do, and you can see that for the most part, these are very much herbs that we have on the homeland. Some are slightly different, whether their coloration is slightly off.
does a herbalism kit come with like a book to identify them, or?
Nope, just the tools.
Well,
So that is
damn.
something you'd need to know by sight. In terms of plants you guys have already seen, the spider brush, the weird plant that Lekka saw, technically the two of you saw the one that grows upside down. You didn't really touch it, but you did see it. And then there's something that's very similar to just a regular ass squash. It's orange, like an orangey yellow, like white splotches, and they're kind of just everywhere.
Looks like food.
It is very much so. When you said poke, Aldrin, what are you doing exactly?
I was just seeing if I could get a reaction out of him. I'm not actually touching anything.
Oh, okay.
I'm not touching you.
If you could for me, the three of you roll me perception.
Alder is too vexed by the plants. Too concentrated on it, not on him not touching them.
I'm thinking about eating them now because you've opened my eyes to eating random things for no reason at all.
Yeah, definitely
Totally
do
a
that.
good idea.
What could go wrong?
Nothing would go wrong. You're only safe here.
Everything I've tasted so far has done nothing good for me, honestly.
As you're all looking around and kind of poking at this large hill, Aldrin, you definitely don't hear it. But Lekka, you hear, like I mentioned, people are moving throughout this village. No one is stopping. They are constantly working. I will say you do notice there are some particular individuals that look slightly different. One of the people that are guarding this particular hut, there's something unique about him. Almost like he has like bone protrusions coming out of his like shoulders and other parts of his body, like his chin. And the bone seems to be like somewhat black. It's very interesting to look at. His skin is pulled incredibly tight to his frame, and he's just covered in muscle. He looks like he's just made of muscle, sinew, and just bone. This dude is jacked. There's a few of them like this. Not all of them are. Some are fat. Some are just normal ogre physiology. But some of these are quite horrifying to look at. You get the feeling that if he just breathed on you, you'd die.
Oh.
Behind you, Aldrin, because there's so much hustle and bustle, you don't hear an individual kind of sneak up from behind as he sees the three of you poking at things. You're able to turn, but not fast enough. You have your... Which kind of weapon you have? You have a mace?
Yeah, I have a mace.
Just a mace. Excellent. Behind you, you see an individual walking at you weirdly aggressively, and he draws a blade that he swings at you very quickly.
Oh my.
Wow.
Go ahead and swing your weapon back to lock.
Nice.
I think I did it.
Apparently you weren't ready.
Excellent.
Alder loses his head.
Ah!
As he swings at you, the strength behind this individual is immediately apparent. You are brought back to take a step back, and then it kind of take a step back as he pushes this blade against your mace, but you're actually able to perfectly block and parry him. He's looking down at you, and it doesn't look at with... He's not angry. He's smirking, kind of smiling, seeing how quick you actually blocked this. And he pulls the axe back. And he's smiling and just... He stows the weapon away, but he's still kind of looking at the three of you. and says, "What are you doing here?"
Tusk brought us here.
Tusk. He looks up north and you can see Tusk is talking with somebody and does not hear this altercation. In the distance, you can hear people either hammering out weapons or just moving things around. So the sound of metal on metal or obsidian clashing against something isn't exactly foreign. He kind of has a laugh at that and says, "So he allowed you into our village, yes?"
Yeah. We killed some salamander and things for him, so he wanted to bring us to his village.
Oh, he raises his eyebrows at that. Really? Enemies.
Yeah.
Enemies of
He
smart.
wanted the Southern Horn.
Oh, the what?
The Southern Horn.
Elaborate.
I'll just like point to where I assume his Southern Horn is.
And he, as you kind of point down to his general, he like slaps her hand away. Don't get fresh with me, boy. Oh.
What?
And then he kind of realizes what you mean.
Horn.
And then he's like, "You mean it's cock?"
Yeah.
Did he cut it off or did you cut it off?
I didn't cut it off.
We let him do the honor.
Oh. That Tusk is a weird one.
Yes.
He's nice.
Still not
though.
sure what he did with him, though.
And he just kind of shrugs.
Don't want to find out either.
And then at his laughing, Tusk kind of comes over and goes, Srock, meet friends, Sarabi, Aldrin, and Leka. And he nods to all of you, doesn't really put out his hand to you, but just kind of nods. What are they doing here? Oh, well, they're here to be healed and to learn, and to help, primarily to help. Right, Sarabi, your foot was hurt?
Yeah, it's all better now.
Yes, precisely. And Srock slowly nods at that and says, "Are they willing to join the war effort? I mean, they're helping us kill things, right, guys?"
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, good. Yeah, they're here to help. Well, maybe we have more in common than I thought. So they're not interlopers. Oh, no, definitely not. I let them touch the plant and probably should have kept watching them. Sorry. He looks at the three of you and sees that you guys are fine, but your weapon is drawn. Aldrin, he's kind of looking between you and Srock. Like, okay, no one's hurt, so I guess we're okay.
I would have put it away whenever he put his away.
Okay. He can sense that there's like some tension, and Srock is just being Srock, so he's like, all right, cool, excellent. And he says, "Oh, well, did you need anything, Srock?" "Well, your friends definitely seem interesting." He looks to the three of you. "If you're all free, I'll be over here." And he kind of just, while smiling, slowly walks backward and heads over to what seems to be like a trading hub. And
You just say if we're free?
if you're free, if you're interested, yeah. And he's kind of just watching the three of you. You guys are looking around and you're the only non-ogres here, so you definitely stick out.
Nah, they can't even see me.
You're too small.
Too small and too blue.
Just hop onto a tall guy's head.
No, being small makes it easier to steal things.
You aren't looking to steal things, are you?
No.
Would
Leka
never,
is a merchant.
Uh-huh.
Leka always trade.
I'm an honest
never
merchant.
steal.
Exactly. He kind of walks over and checks you guys out as you're looking at the various herbs and such. He says, "Oh, find anything you like? Anything interesting?"
I mean, it's all interesting. You don't know what they do.
Yes, wish I knew what it all was now.
Slowly nods. "Oh, I can maybe help a little. I mean, you can ask bonebinders. They know pretty good amounts. What you looking for exactly? Why you need to know?"
Pure academic curiosity.
Yeah. Just want to learn stuff.
That's a long word. Does Tusk not understand that?
He's just nodding.
So mean.
Poor Tusk. He's a good boy.
He smiles at you all and says, "I'll be sure to keep a good eye on the three of you. Unfortunately, well," he kind of motions around, "you're the only outsiders here, and, well, some folk not welcome."
Yeah, I understand.
Maybe you should continue showing us around so that everyone knows our faces in your company.
"Oh, that would be good, so you don't get stabbed randomly. That would be awful."
Yes, please.
He nods at that and says, "You must understand, most folk we meet from outside island, they attack first, ask question later, and, well, we kill them. So, very foolish.
Oh yeah, totally understand.
He nods that and kind of just motions around and says, I can probably show you around a little bit. I be honest, Tusk not exactly high on totem pole, if you understand.
Yeah, we understand.
Yeah.
And here I was thinking being a pig farmer was the most important thing in the village.
Sunak told me it was very important. He said it was
Definitely.
good for longevity of clan.
Yes, I can see that.
He's technically accurate, yes.
Yeah, technically true.
And he kind of he shrugs a little bit and says, I mean, sort of, we have as much food as we could possibly need. Not sure why we need pig, but it's fine.
Oh, I mean, pig tastes good.
Oh, pig do taste good. Much
Yes.
better than whale.
Oh,
I
you
can
guys
definitely see
eat the
that.
whales?
Yes, they come to us and we eat them.
Lots of
I've never
blubber on
had
them.
whale before.
How does the whale taste? I've never had a whale before.
Oh, you should try it.
They enjoyable. Little, Tusk not good
Yeah.
at cooking, so...
I mean, like I was just gonna. It's better if you use the fat for frying, honestly.
He thinks about that, and you're not sure if he's actually thinking about anything, or just like, yeah,
Mhm.
fat frying.
Yay.
Could you
Yeah.
could you fry person, in fact?
If you have enough of it and have a big enough pot,
Probably.
like I was just looking around for like a big pot.
You can see a couple around.
I'm sure that pot is big enough if you can fill it with whale fat.
Oh, we have plenty of fat.
Tusk, don't. Unless you want to start a war with the humans on this island, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, I mean for
Oh, I
enemy.
mean,
If they start it, they die. Pretty simple.
if they're dicks first, then you can do it.
That is how we
I
work,
mean-
yes.
If the lizard people are made of fire, do they get hurt by fire?
Can you
Uh,
drown? Oh, you could drown them.
we learned that they're definitely weak to water, but understandably they stay far away from it. We try to look for other methods of hurting them. Still looking.
Have you tried bringing the water to them?
Yes, but it tends to, sort of just turn to air, I think. I'm not sure. It goes away.
They're like fire demon things, aren't they?
Yeah, they're also in a volcano. Very hot there.
I mean, if they're technically a type of demon, then some sort of holy magic might work. Is that
Collectible pullout says holy water. Some of this might work actually.
holy water?
Oh.
Yeah.
Me not holy. I don't think anyone here holy mage.
I mean, we could teach some people. Technically, Sarabi and I are.
Technically,
Yeah.
the two of you can make holy water, can't you?
So,
Do you have the ceremony spell prepared?
No.
no, not right now.
I think you can use that to make holy water, but yeah.
You can see him thinking about that, and he's like, okay,
You can bless water with it.
okay. And he looks
mean,
at...
They would have to find a way to make sure it doesn't evaporate, though. Can you make holy ice?
Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
Tusk looks to you and says, what ice?
Well, I answered that question.
Well,
Never had snow on island? Actually,
is-
stupid question. Makes sense.
Snow?
it's like water, but really cold. Like really, really cold.
I've had cold
Do I
water.
happen
It
to
feels
have
good to
a-
drink.
No, like so cold that you can't drink it. It's solid.
Then it's not water anymore.
Yeah, that's when it's ice.
What? You can make water
Yeah.
not water?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
Is this-
you can heat it up and then it turns back into water.
He is staring at you slack-jawed like, what the hell are you talking about?
Magic.
I mean, Lekka can
I don't-
show you if you want.
I was gonna say I don't have an ice spell.
He slowly turns to Lekka like,
Sadly, it's a second level spell, but that's fine.
he's looking like, blow my mind, please. Like, what are you talking about?
Please.
Lekka's looking around for like a pond or something, or a pot of water. I don't know.
Just behind Tusk, there seems to be what like market stalls and such, and you see various little urns of water.
Oh, those are gonna break.
I mean, we have water skins. We can like pour some out into something.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big spell.
How big?
30 feet cone.
It is large.
Is it 30 feet?
I mean, I probably have like a bowl or something in my mess kit. Just pour some water in a bowl.
Like, if anything,
it-
I would look for like a small pond or something.
We could take him out of the village for a second to
Yeah.
show him.
We
Or the
probably should
edge of
anyway.
village. It's definitely not something I would want to cast in the middle of a village either. So yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
He lets you know that he can show you around like real quick to like a few locations, and then you can show him this ice. So he just kind of motions around and says, "Oh, what would you like to see?"
Can we go inside this hill?
No,
Too bad.
that is off limits. Also, do not ask to go in there. You can only be invited. I understand, because you outsider, but others might not understand.
Not. Important to understand customs.
He nods again. It says, you, were interested in trading with us, yes?
If possible, yes.
Okay, he turns around and points to the area where Srock is and says, we do trading here. We don't use, whatever you have. I forgot what you mentioned, but we just trade. Like, trade. You give me thing, I give you thing. Like Sarabi, you give dance, I give, claps and smile. Maybe give you fish, who knows?
Ooh, fish.
And while you guys are kind of thinking what you want to see, he says, ooh, I can show you this. Come over here. And he kind of like runs over to the left and he motions for you guys to follow.
What?
And then he points to what seems to be like a 15-foot hole in the ground. It is just covered in vines. And near the outside, you can actually see some of those peppers that you were eating, just kind of growing. And they're not really paying them any mind or picking them. They're just kind of letting them grow. As you sort of get closer, you can see that in this pit, there are bones and there's like refuse. This actually looks like a trash pit. There's various logs like around it too. And he kind of just smiles and looks down into it and says, we throw things we not want into this pit. It's quite fun. Anything you don't want in, like, special, like trash, garbage.
And what's the plant growing out of it?
He just kind of keeps his mouth shut and says, do you have anything to throw away?
Does he seem very excited about throwing stuff away?
Yes, he's smiling.
I mean, I think you brought some of those like peppers yourself, right? Like the hollowed out things.
I thought you had those.
I had a whole one which I ate, or at least I had. Yeah.
I thought you had the other ones that were like half
I
eaten as well.
I had a vial of seeds.
Oh.
A vial of
I
the
don't know.
seeds.
I'll throw like a fork in there. I
Right,
guess.
you throw a fork in, and he just he looks at like, what the hell was that? As it's going through the air, and it lands in the middle of this pit, and you see all the various vines that line the bottom of this pit begin to writhe, and you hear kind of like a clipping, like a, and it sounds like something kind of grabbed the fork, and you can hear it just like bending, and he's just looking like, what did you throw in there?
It's a fork. You use it to eat food.
He looks at his hands. Okay.
You like poke things with it so you don't have to use your hands.
He's nodding. Says, you're silly. And he pulls out a piece of raw meat out of his pocket. He looks at the three of you and says, oh, watch this. And he throws it into the pit. And rather than the vines kind of like lazily grabbing onto the fork, they very quickly like lash out and grab this hunk of meat. And you can hear them devouring it.
This is a plant, right?
Yes. It's literally just a pit of vines.
Does it remind me of the... Actually, I wasn't there.
Does it look like the thing that tried to attack us before?
It might be similar. Possibly.
Seedling tendril.
It does look somewhat similar, yeah. And he's just kind of smiling at it.
Carnivorous plant. Okay.
I think one of those tried to kill us before.
Oh, that's very bad. These eat basically eat anything, but mostly eat flesh. Pig, other thing we don't want. Any fleshy,
Disgusting
squishy
rats.
material. Yes, gross little rats that aren't worth eating. I will say well better than rat.
Depends how you prepare it, I guess.
Well, Tusk not picky. Tusk just like food.
We're gonna have to make you a real good
Makes sense.
meal one day, Tusk.
Yeah.
Treat you some real good food.
Ooh, I would like that. Looking around the village, you guys can probably go to like one or two other locations. Also, as a side note, you guys can see it from here. As you guys entered, you noticed that around the whole village, there's about a 5-foot wide, 8-foot deep trench that is just jagged obsidian spikes. Just like sprayed outward around the whole village.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good defense.
I'll point it out. Do you guys get attacked often?
Oh no. Fuego Knot's not stupid enough to attack us, at least not recently.
Fuego knots?
What did you call them?
Fuego Knots. Svarku's people.
Oh.
He
That's an
points
interesting name for them.
he points to the edge. We call it Fuego No-Go trenches. One got caught once. Very funny. He fell and got cut to pieces.
I think laugh.
Foxy turtle.
You'll be safe though. Don't go near it and you should be fine.
That's the plan.
But what's stopping people from flying over it, though?
If they fly, we just try to pull them down and kill them. But most of them cannot fly, fortunately. Also,
Do you have anyone that has like ranged weapons just in case they fly really high and you can't pull them down?
I can throw really hard. I have spears. And he points over to
Guess that
the
works.
bone huts and says, "They have magics, not what you call them holy magics, but they have magic.
Yeah, as long as you can deal with things that are flying.
Usually we can, yeah. Like I mentioned, they're not stupid enough to come here. Also, we have extra special, fun things we can do to them." And he kind of smiles at that.
Do you ever throw them in this pit?
Yes,
Perfect.
fun to watch them writhe in pain.
Don't make enemies of the ogres, clearly.
Anything else you want to see before we leave?
I want to go to see what they have to trade.
But you can see the area where Srock is hanging out if you guys want to go there. They are setting up stalls and such, but most of them are kind of just relaxing. You can see a few are working out, like doing push-ups, and they're like tossing things to each other, but it looks like it's an off day, so they're not really doing anything too crazy right now.
I kind of want to see if I can trade some stuff for some whale meat. Try some
Sure, yeah.
whale.
Yeah, you tell Tuss that, and he walks you guys over. You see
I
Srock
really don't suggest it.
and many others
Hey.
just kind of doing their thing.
This reason whale is last resort.
Still want to try it.
Me too.
First time for everything.
Not as bad as penguin, honestly.
Not as bad as what?
Penguin,
Oh,
Oh my god, you eat a penguin?
you've had penguin too?
yes. Wait, what do you mean two?
You've had whale and penguin, both things I've never had, so two.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
other two.
Wait, you killed penguins?
I
That's
didn't kill it.
terrible.
I came across it.
Also, I feel like Lekka's about the height of a penguin, so that's probably like an ordeal for him.
So
You gotta like wrestle them?
Yeah, like the penguins aren't tiny and cute to Lekka.
No, I mean, I didn't kill the penguin.
Yeah,
I just came across the meat.
it just
Poor
landed on my
penguins.
plate and I ate it.
They're so
when-
adorable.
I like
Like
penguins.
some
They're very
weirdo
cute.
tried to sell it to me as a delicacy. It was terrible.
Just don't look in their beaks.
What's in their beaks?
That's even
It
more terrifying, yes.
We discussed it
just
last
looks
time.
terrifying.
It looks horrifying. Yeah, not great.
Okay.
It's like a bunch of like backwards little like baleen teeth looking things. It's gross.
Oh, cool.
Isn't that
Yeah.
turtles?
Turtles too. Yeah, they look very similar.
Turtles.
Foidles. Very not fun to look at. Cute on the outside, Eldritch abomination on the inside.
At least it's not like geese which have teeth on their tongue.
I mean, where else would you have your teeth? To be honest. Oh God. Oh
Not on the
no! I just said something awful. I won't say it. Okay. As he walks you guys over to the trade depot, like I said, you guys see a whole bunch of different market stalls. They're mostly made of wood. They have like bright blue cloth canopies. Then there's huge stacks of bone. As Aldrin mentions, the whale. These are very clearly whale bones. They're actually very well organized. You see a whole bunch of tables. There's approximately 5 of them made of wood. There are wooden chairs all around for sitting. You guys see some of them are stumps that were just kind of like ripped out of the floor and then, cut and trimmed down to be a chair. And you guys see a campfire kind of surrounded by logs, and then there are some baskets.
Let's browse the wares.
Yeah. Could we use whalebone for anything?
I mean,
Is
probably.
whalebone used in anything really?
Yeah, is there any jewelry?
Oh god.
Definitely.
Probably.
Any
That's not what I was thinking.
I mean, if anything, that's probably something Lekka would know about.
You definitely see some fabric. In terms of jewelry, there's some obsidian jewelry, but there aren't too many brain fart jewels. There are some,
No.
but very few.
I'm not looking for jewelry. I'm
okay.
just looking for homemade native jewelry.
Well,
Jewelry in the broader sense.
Yeah.
you do indeed see jewelry.
Accessories.
You also see various armors, all made of leather, presumably from the whale and also from the pig. You guys see plenty of water skins. You see fishing nets in terms of the actual product. Of course, you see the boar meat. You see some of the whale meat. You see like various torches. There's some smoked boar, kind of like what you guys already have on you. You also see some weapons too.
Do any of the weapons look special or
They seem to be very similar to the weapons that they're currently using. They look very sharp.
like sharper than a normal weapon or just like
Yes, there's
Oh.
something unique about them. I'm not sure how well versed you are with martial weapons, but these are
not well
these
at
are
all?
definitely something. I will say they draw your eye.
I want whalebone, whale meat, and weapons. I don't have stuff for this.
Well, then get a weapon with a whalebone handle.
That's creative.
I don't know.
I don't have too much to trade right now.
I don't think I have anything
little
to
bit.
trade.
So what? No, I don't. Well, I mean, we have boar to trade, but they also have boar.
Yeah.
I mean, I could rip them off and
there's-
sell them some ice, but
I
I don't think
mean,
they'll enjoy that.
actually,
won't
yeah,
end
why
well.
not?
that won't end
Well,
well.
waifu because ice melts and then it's water. Then I traded them water.
We can make them an ice box.
No. We don't have the tools for that. Or the
I mean,
magic.
we could explain to them what it is and then see if they want it.
Yes, it's water. It won't.
It's
It will become water again in like 5 minutes, but
it's not water. Water and
it's special water.
It was water and will be water again.
just give it some time.
This is special water.
Can you make like a little ice statue?
No.
Like a fancy ice statue for
I
him?
mean, unless you have shape water now.
I don't think. Nope. I
Do
don't
they
even know
have
if that's a
anything
cantrip
in the
I can
way
do.
of languages? Like writing?
In terms of writing,
Can they write?
Yeah.
they definitely can write. You do see some things labeled. They prefer to use symbols more so than words. And for the most part, the product is very clearly just out, and you see no prices.
I mean, we're going to have to haggle anyway, so.
Apparently,
I mean,
I have a mirror. I could sell them that, I guess.
A mirror.
I mean, reflective services. Ook ook. Monkey
Oh my
brain go
God.
happy.
People do
To
like.
return to monkey.
You do also see some, I would just say, various oddities as well, on top of all the other things. But as he did mention, they only do trade stuff.
Yeah, sure. Put on my best merchant face and inspect his wares.
As you walk
Anything
on
that
over,
sticks out, even more so.
anything in particular you're looking for?
The
Just kind of,
merchandise.
yeah, just kind of the stuff
Yeah.
I mentioned, or
I mean, like high quality, like anything that looks like doesn't stick out to me.
In your merchandise.
Do you spy with your merchandise?
honestly, I would say primarily the weapons. You do see one of the market stalls. It does have product, but is not displaying it. Actually, it looks like they threw a blanket over it, which is odd. It's the only one like that. But besides the weapons, they have a lot of stuff that help you survive the island. But other than that,
I suppose we can trade favors.
I mean, probably if they're into bartering.
They
Maybe
very
we
much
can
are.
Sell them some more lower horns or something. We can never know.
All right. I want to find the most exotic looking piece of jewelry.
Okay.
I want to barter for it. Yeah, I mean, even if it's a simple bracelet, if it's interesting looking, I'll take it.
Wow, I already gave you bracelets. How dare you?
All right, I'll take a necklace.
Wow.
I need something to match my pretty bracelet.
Yeah, you
Why
looking
aren't
for
you wearing our friendship bracelet? Actually,
What?
why aren't you wearing our bracelet?
The friendship bracelet.
What friendship bracelet?
You know the three
Wow.
bracelets I found in the cellar.
I am wearing it.
I gave one to each of us. So
I am wearing it.
yes, Lekka's wearing it like a necklace because it's fucking massive for him.
I could barter the weird doll heads.
Honestly, if anything, you can probably barter the necklace as well, or the bracelet rather,
No, that's our
Or the
friendship
weird-
bracelet.
the weird blue topaz that I found.
Oh, with the white stone? Yeah.
I will say on top of the weapons, you guys see like about a 2.5 foot billy club that has like runes etched into it, and it's carved of like a redwood. It looks nice.
Did you just say Billy Club?
Yeah.
What's that?
A club, like a wooden club for womping fools.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So I'll say that stands out. It's atypical from the other weapons, primarily because those are made of obsidian. The obsidian blade. There's no blade on this thing. It just kind of is.
I mean, I'll definitely call out that the weapons look very, very well compared to, well, whatever the hell we're using. And kind of like do a magic check on the club because it has runes in it.
You don't need to do a magic check or anything on it. You can't really get close enough to mess with it, but you can tell there's something indeed unique about it. If you have like detect magic, you can possibly do something. But other than that, they're not going to let you touch it and
Nope.
inspect it.
Not yet.
So I will say they won't let you touch anything. You can get close and like show it to you, but they're not going to let you touch anything.
I kind of just want a hunk of whalebone for now.
You just want a hunk of whalebone?
Hunk of whalebone. Not like a massive hunk. It's like a little bit that I can carry back. Maybe turn it into something eventually.
Okay. All right. When you say hunk, obviously whales are absolutely ginormous. What do we?
but
What size are we
something that
looking for?
I mean,
A club-sized whalebone.
as big as I can actually carry.
So I'll throw that back at you. You can literally say, "I want a 3 foot long bone," and they have up to like 7 feet. So if you want something that's like 1 foot, that's fine. But
Like 3 foot, I guess.
all right. So you kind
I
of
can
point
make a few
at.
things.
How are
Sure.
you gonna carry it back?
I got a chest in my tiny bag on my back.
I don't think you can fit. Actually, can you? Probably.
I mean, it's a normal size chest. It holds quite a bit.
Yeah, but isn't it size limited as well?
Can hold 12 cubic feet, 300 pounds.
It doesn't have dimensions? Well, that's weird.
It is actually very odd.
It's a
I
magical
mean,
chest that changes
3
dimensions, apparently.
Yeah.
3 feet shouldn't be that much.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not
it's a
gonna be-
lot, but it's not, you know.
Right. I
I
won't
mean,
be too
if
anal
Lekka
with-
can fit inside the chest, it makes sense that the bone can
Yeah.
also fit.
Right. I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily go in the chest. It can just be on your character. Because realistically, I don't want to be anal with inventory in D&D. Like,
Yeah.
if we're being honest, you guys can only carry like 4 or 5 items on you, maybe, including your weapons, meaning you'd have to dump your entire inventory, and that's a little silly. We'll just say it's on you.
Yes.
Because weight makes no sense in D&D. You cannot physically walk around with all that shit and also combat without breaking all of it. Looking around, sorry, you said a bracelet or a necklace? There is a bracelet.
I'll do a bracelet.
Okay. You see what seems to be a bracelet that looks made of a hide of a creature, but you're not sure what exactly. It looks aquatic.
Aquatic, huh?
Yeah, it's dyed very bright white, and part of it, the clip that closes it around your wrist, is a little silver star.
Oh. I have decided. I want Sarabi to be able to draw.
Okay, that's fair. I feel like that's a skill she'd have.
So you can make another
I-
sex book.
I think I think that's a skill she'd have, yes.
Like painting and such.
Yeah.
I also will say this bracelet was 100% not made by them. It does not belong here.
Oh, it doesn't? But I
Nope.
wanted something done by them.
So you,
All right, well, this bracelet I find, I will ask.
yeah. So like I said, you can't tell. It's just lumped in with the other things.
Does it stick out like it doesn't actually belong?
Yeah.
So it's super obvious?
Yes.
Nice.
But
It's probably
it's
also worth a lot.
yeah, it's next to other random things. There are like other bracelets and things that are made of like very clearly just twigs.
Actually, can I see? Is it like displayed in a way that makes it stand out, basically?
Nope.
As in, this is very important to, or very.
The opposite, actually. It is almost stupidly clumped together with various. So you can see them all. You can very clearly see them all. But it's like a row of
Interesting.
bracelets, necklaces, and such. And this one, I would say to you, Sarabi, sticks out quite a bit. You feel very, jewelry inclined to me.
Sarabi, I think they don't understand value.
I will ask where they got it from.
You ask Srock, and he kind of just gives you a look and says, "It was given to us by a friend."
Oh. Is it for sale?
Of course, everything's for sale in the market. What are you offering?
Would you care to take a drawing?
He narrows his eyes. What use do I have for a drawing?
It's nice to look at.
What's it do?
It's nice to look at.
Might attract customers. Who knows?
Yeah. Ooh, I could put up signs.
You know what? Lekka's gonna try to upsell her.
He's not sure how
Badly.
to feel about that. What do you mean attract? Everyone's here already.
Let me
Yeah,
explain
but
to you the intricacies of marketing.
He nods.
If you have many flashy things that stand out, you'll attract more people. They'll come and buy more stuff.
We sell things just fine, though.
Yes,
Sell
but
more,
what
though.
if you could sell even more things? Fine.
He shrugs and kind of thinks and goes, I mean, maybe. Looking to Sarabi. Do you have one of these drawings to show me?
I'll
Do you?
pull out I will pull out a book.
Okay.
I'm just gonna call it my mini little diary, and it's just a random sketchbook. How about that?
Sure.
And yes, I figure I've probably been drawing stuff while I'm waiting for people to wake up.
Sounds good. What do you decide
Wow.
to show Srock?
I'll just flip through them all.
All right. He's kind of
I
leaning over
figured
your.
it's probably a mix of some of my my lovers and some landscapes and some random flowers.
People's places and things.
Yeah.
All right. He's looking at
So
your
do-
peoples, and he's like nodding. And you don't know if he understands or not, or if it's just going over his head completely. How would a drawing of a person attract more of you to want to buy things?
I mean, that's just what I can do. I could even draw you if you wanted.
Huh? That's.
I'll sit down and start doodling.
Okay, he's just kind of watching you. He
It's
says,
very important that you ask the customer what they want, Sarabi.
he points at your book and says, "Those are far too small. Where would I put them?"
I mean, I can make them bigger. Jeez.
You can make your paper bigger.
If I have the right materials, yes.
He narrows his eyes and says, and where would you get the materials from? He kind of motions to himself, me?
Well, no, I don't think you have any paper.
I have canvas you could paint on.
Oh, that'll
That's
work.
offensive, Ferrari.
What?
You can't just say, tell a merchant he doesn't have what you want.
You guys haven't noticed RL me is real bad at haggling.
You're fine.
That's fine, so am I, but...
I'm not judging Melanie, I'm judging Sarabi. You say she's very charismatic, I will treat you as you're very charismatic.
I'm judging both of you.
Okay, lost my train of thought.
Okay.
Yeah, so big canvas.
He said he has a big canvas, but kind of jokingly, like, oh, are you going to buy my big canvas from me and sell it back to me with a painting on it?
I mean, I could. That's how it works.
Increases value, yes.
Yes, increases value. I take your boring, bland piece of wasted material and
It's
I turn
not
it
boring
into
and
something...
wasted.
It is. I make it something extra pretty.
He looked a little offended at that, actually.
See, don't tell me you like just looking at that. There's nothing to look at. You look at it and then you look away.
He picks up and shakes it at you. Says, "This is quite nice. We put lots of effort into it."
Yeah, it
He
is
has a
quite
point.
nice.
Look
I
around
can
your
take
shop,
it
though.
and make it better. I can take it. You will look at it and not want to look away.
Fine. Prove to me your demon magics with your painting and shit. And he kind of like rolls it up and then he throws it at you. And he takes a step closer and says, "You want this?" And he's like moving around the other products and pushing him out of the way. And he picks up the little bracelet and he kind of wiggles it in the air at you. It's small. It wouldn't fit on him. It wouldn't be a ring, but it wouldn't fit on him at all. And he kind of
Okay.
he wiggles it at you and says, "You want this?"
Yes.
He smirks and steps closer and closer to you and says, "How about a deal?"
All right.
He looks to Tuskens and then looks to you guys. Says, "I heard you wanted to speak with the village elder, yes?"
We
That
got around
sloth?
fast.
Yeah? What? Yes. He's busy, being, well, himself. Too slow doing nothing. If you could do something for me, find something, do something, whatever you're good at, painting, I guess, I'll give this to you.
Okay. What do you need me to do?
He notices that he already threw the canvas at you and he points it and says, you can keep that. And then he actually hands out the bracelet and says, "Because you're friends with Tusk, you can keep this too."
Raise an eyebrow and take it. Thank you.
He slowly nods and says, "Yes, Night Axe is moving too slowly for my taste. Sloths. We need action. We need to attack sooner, not later. Lavrock doesn't agree. Well, let's make him see things our way, yes?"
So what do you need us to do?
"Well," and he kind of takes a step around and gets a little quieter as he gets into your personal space and stuff. He says, "There's someone I want you to talk to. I haven't had the time. She's deep in the forest currently.
All right. What's his name? What does he look like?
She, Bavmorda."
Is she an ogre too?
He nods.
Isn't that the witch?
I have no idea.
Yes, that is the way.
Oh. Oh, you want me to talk to the witch?
"I do, yes."
I wasn't-
Sarabi shouts out loud so everyone can hear.
I thought I wasn't allowed to talk to the witch.
Huh? I mean, you'll most likely not find her, but not allowed to. Who said that?
Point to Tusk.
He slowly turns to Tusk. "Oh, I mean, they not find Bavmorda. She in jungle. She hard to find, and she doesn't normally take guests. Also," and he kind of just points to Sarabi. And then Sirach goes, "Ugh, you're brave, aren't you?"
Hell yeah, I am. What a silly question.
And he smiles widely at that, showing all of his teeth. Not that he had lips to guard them in the first place.
Oh, no.
He says, Good. I could use you. You would speak to her for me. Like I said, things are moving too slow for my taste." She agrees.
Okay.
He nods, looking over to Tusk. He says, "You won't be telling Lavrock, right? This is a secret between friends, right?" And just like, oh, of course, yes. I mean, this is deal. You're doing business right now. He says, of course. Good. Let's see. He kind of looks down at all of you, and his eyes like rest on Aldrin, you being the tallest and the largest amongst them. What are you good at?
I mean, I can hit things with this mace. I can cast some magic. I'm good at healing people.
Mm.
Good at taking hits, yes.
Sometimes.
Kind of nods at that, then looks at Sarabi. What are you good at?
What I'm good at can't help you. But I can fight a little.
He raises an eyebrow at that and says,
no.
Go
I do
on.
raise an eyebrow at that.
Don't ask. Don't ask.
You both immediately object, and he kind of goes, he doesn't say anything, but he gives a slow okay nod as he looks to Tusk, and Tusk is like, oh. Fine. 2 things then. 1, and he kind of thanks as he's looking at each of you. We need more strength. I'm sure you're aware. And he kind of looks around and says, there's only so many of us. We can't exactly afford to assault Svak right now. The Night Axe do not die frequently, but to fall in assault, I will even admit, would be foolish. But if we could find allies, people to help us, warm or cold bodies. I've seen them roaming the forests. The lizardmen. I've not gotten a chance to speak with them. If you can find them, maybe speak with one of their leaders, have them come here, we could have a little chat. Make sure you direct them to me, though.
No, we met one of them before.
Good. And regarding our witch, he turns around and picks up one large crate, turns around, drops it, turns around, picks up another large crate, turns around, drops it, and says, we have meat that needs to be delivered to her.
How big are these crates?
They were kind of hefty for him.
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
Good thing I have a sled.
Tough folk like yourselves shouldn't have issue with this, yes?
No problem.
Yeah, we got.
Good. I'll
I
admit,
realize you two are dumping this on me, right?
I have a spell for that. Don't worry.
I hate you both.
constantly making these deliveries is quite a burden. If you could help me with this, you'd free up some of my time. Maybe I can pick up painting.
Sure.
I'm sure you would make a fine painter.
Well, enjoy your little bracelet, and whenever you can make that painting, I guess I'll be waiting.
I gotta figure out what to paint. Ooh.
He looks to Tusk and taps him on the shoulder and says, "You've brought fine folk in. They're welcome here." And he turns around and kind of begins just moving other things around and tending to his stall.
Okay, so we gotta find the witch.
Yes, Aldrin, pick up the crates. Let's go.
Oh, wait, I thought we were gonna show Tusk ice first.
All right, we were.
I mean, I can grab the crates and take them out to where we're gonna show him ice. Showing him ice won't take that long.
Yeah.
Can I lift these crates?
No.
If given appropriate time, what's your strength?
14.
Appropriate time?
As in, you have a moment to squat, kind of roll your sleeves back, get a little,
Oh, please.
It's a good thing you have a sled with you, I guess.
Yes. With,
It's also a good thing that we have enhance ability. Full strength.
yes. With that, you can carry it, but you're going to be very slow. The sled would definitely help, and there are two of them.
Oh, he can pull the sled extra fast now.
This is true.
I guess I will shove them on the sled.
All right. As you sort of begin to do that,
Tie them down with
I
ropes
too
as
will
well
sit
to
on the
make sure
sled.
that-
Tusk sees you kind of loading them onto the sled, and he picks one up with, relative ease and begins to walk to the entrance with you guys and says, "I can help you bring these out of town. I need to go back to Pig Farm anyway." He
Thank
thinks.
you for the help.
He thinks and says, "Did he tell you where to go?"
No.
Oh, not surprising.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I mean, she's probably looking for her delivery, so I imagine she'll probably come to us.
Yeah, he nods that and says, "Oh, no. You go to her. She's busy."
We'll just yell her name in the forest. What can go wrong?
Precisely. He helps you to the entrance to the village. So you guys are outside. past the large obsidian spikes, and he sets down one of the boxes. You guys do realize that a Handsome Billy works for 1 hour, which is great, but it is a 4-hour trek, and it's going to be slow. I'm not going to say it takes 6 hours or 8 hours or anything, but it's going to be a very slow 4 hours.
That's fine.
Yes.
Only because I'm doing all the work.
I mean, I'll give you my 8 in strength to help, and my 2 feet in height.
I thought you were sitting on it.
Yes.
I'm definitely sitting on it too.
Oh, please, no. At least Lekka's like 2 feet tall.
Yeah. I mean, I do have like 100 pounds of extra weight on me apparently, so.
I pushed Sarabi off of it.
Oh, you're gonna make a lady walk.
Yes.
Yes, Tusk looks at the three of you and says, "You might want to help Aldrin with that. You'll take all day if you don't."
You're not very princely, you know that?
Sure.
Never said I was a
I'll
prince.
pull with all the strength my kobold's feet can muster. My entire 2 feet.
I only have 2 feet as well. Lekka, though, you have thing to show me, yes?
Yes. Is there
He,
ponds nearby village?
near the exit, yes. And he kind of, you guys walk for maybe like 5 or so minutes, and he's carrying one of them. The other one will say you're dragging with the sled, and it's heavy. This is going to take a while. If you put the second one on here, it would take probably 8 hours actually, realistically, if you're pulling by yourself with this Aldrin. So he sets it down, and there's some weight to it. He's kind of sweating just a little bit, and he kind of motions to a little pond in front of y'all.
Lekka, show us how it's done.
Like a child, he's staring at you with excitement.
I can't do it.
Not let my boy down. He will weep.
I'll aim it so it doesn't cover the entire pond, but like a good chunk of it, yeah.
All right, tell me what this looks like.
I mean, Lekka's gonna start crackling with energy. And he takes a deep breath and
Ice
blows
comes
out a... Ice comes out, correct.
Instead of
Like-
lightning.
Yeah, like half the pond freezes over instantly. Nice and cold. Eldrin might want to take a stand next to it.
He looks at you, looks back, walks over to the ice, and like touches it. Like he goes up, like put his finger in the water, and obviously it's ice. It bounces off, and he goes, "What?"
Lekka's just walking over it, like skating over it at this point.
Cold water.
It turned to rock.
Yes.
It'll turn
not
back to water, though.
but
Doesn't take long though. What ice melts back to water.
I'll take my mace and like beat it up a little bit and grab like a chunk and just hand it to him so he can like watch it melt in his hands.
Oh, you could eat it as well.
So much confusion. He isn't sure how to do that because it's you normally drink water. So
Just
Just eat like food.
eat
bite
it
it?
like
Yes.
food.
okay. He like takes a bite and it just kind of chunks off, and he's just just crunching the ice between his teeth, and he's just kind of smiling. He's like, "Ooh, very nice.
Nice and cold, yes.
Ooh, yes. It feels good in jungle, but how you learn to do this?"
I don't know. I just woke up one day. How do sorcerers usually learn stuff like this?
I don't think sorcerers really learn stuff. They just kind of know how to do it.
Yeah.
They just know how to do it, yeah. He more so just seems completely shocked. Just
I
like
just
he's
always kinda, could do it. One day I just tried it and it came out.
he slowly nods at that and says, "Ooh, you might be able to trade this with our leader."
Maybe, but ice does not last forever.
But we've never seen this before. It new. This could be used as weapon, right? Can you hurt thing with ice?
No, it primarily gets used for keeping food longer.
Can you kill with it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Technically,
if you
Technically.
use magic like I did just now, technically, yes. But ice itself is, well, brittle block. You can eat it. Doesn't hurt very much.
Can you find a way to make it kill?
Probably. It won't last very long, though.
He's like slowly nodding and says, "You trying to keep this a secret?"
Not really.
Oh,
Maybe I could show it to mages in town. Maybe they can learn it. Who knows?
he kind of slowly nods that again and says, "Maybe. I say because Tusk like you can definitely trade for this. Don't just show them. I will try to let them know how cool it is." And well, Tusk no understand why you laugh.
Cool.
It's okay.
Cold.
You'll understand.
Okay.
Nope, no idea. All right, anyway.
Oh, I look disappointed.
he looks confused. I'll keep it to myself for now. When you decide to show it, like I said, show it to either Glavrock. You can also show it to the Bonebinders. They like it.
Sure. Actually, very useful as well in healing.
He seemed just completely like, I've never even considered this. Interesting. Well, I have to get back to my pigs. So, have fun with the crates, I guess.
Don't worry, I won't.
You can do it! And I smack Aldrin in the back.
All right,
Wow.
Tusk kind of has a laugh at that as he heads back to his pig farm. So,
Aldrin never even got to buy his whale meat.
My whalebone.
We'll get it later.
did you have something to trade for it?
I was gonna see if he would take the weird one of the doll heads.
Oh, I mean, you can pop back in and try trading with him if you want. You will see him again, so it's
I
up
thought
to you.
those were for your sister.
Well, I got two of them. She can have one.
I
If
mean,
you
we
want.
could also try catching our own whale. It's easy. I just freeze the ocean.
The whole thing.
The whole ocean.
The whole ocean.
If you want, we can pop back to the market, or you can talk to him later since you'll see him again.
I can wait.
It is 12 o'clock in the PM, middle of the day, sun's up, sun's looking nice. The directions they gave you were to the south of here. It's actually somewhere near one of the hexes you've already been to. She just prefers to, well, kind of hide, but they did let you know precisely where it is. So I will say this, if you have Aldrin carry everything, it'll take 8 hours to get there, but she'll instantly find her cabin, so it won't take 4 hours to find it once you get to the hex. If you guys can think of something really interesting and unique, I'll only take 4 hours, so.
Interesting and unique.
Not
Yep,
yet.
besides just having Aldrin carry everything.
I don't think I can do much else.
Yeah.
I mean, I can gust of wind him, but that won't help.
Ooh, make it like a land ship.
I feel like that might not end well. I feel like that's how you destroy my sled, and then I have to actually carry it.
Yeah, I mean, we do have like the big canvas that Sarabi effectively stole. We could turn it into a sail and then turn the sled into like a land boat.
Absolutely not. I'm gonna paint
I
this
mean-
bitch.
Painted to what though?
I don't know. If I'm looking to sell it back, then I'm gonna want to probably paint a picture of the
I mean,
village.
sure, but until you figure something out, we can use it as a sail technically.
But that might ruin it.
Since when does wind ruin canvas?
Have you ever seen a flag after a lot of wind?
I mean, my wind isn't that strong. It's a gust of wind.
For a short period of time, Sarabi, it would be okay. The canvas is strong enough.
Yeah, besides, I need to concentrate, and this only lasts for like a minute anyway. It's not a
Fine.
lot of movement.
Fine.
Yeah, I wouldn't even bother if it only lasts for a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have any way to like keep doing wind for more than a minute or no?
I don't think I can extend stuff yet with my sorcery points.
Do you have any spells, Sarabi? Because this one only lasts an hour.
For duration? No, I don't think so.
Anything to help boost the
Let's see,
boy?
it lasts for 1 minute, yeah.
That's not great.
I mean, I also have normal gust, but I would have to keep recasting that. I don't think it would do much.
See, what does Gust do precisely? One
It's
medium
a
or
medium
smaller
or small creature.
creature
Yeah,
must
not really.
succeed, or be pushed 5 feet from you. You create a small blast of air capable of moving one object that is neither held nor carried and that weighs no more than 5 pounds.
That's a no.
That
It
is,
can just take 8 hours at this point. I don't even care. I'll suffer.
that's not great. If it was a little stronger than that, I'd say yes.
I can make it last even longer by whole personing Eldrin.
What?
What?
Excuse you.
Alrighty, then as we exit on into the jungle, you guys are, once again met by the not incredibly hostile, of course, but it's got there's some fungus to the chungus as you guys are entering and such. We move on into the heavier area in the jungle. Side note, Sarabi, go ahead and add an item to your inventory.
Okay.
Go ahead and call it the Stingray Bracelet.
Okay, we'll do.
All right, and as you guys just sort of slowly drag through the forest, long and long and long, going through the jungle. During this journey, are you guys discussing anything?
I am suffering, so no.
I want to know more about your sister.
Lekka is complaining.
You're not getting to know anything when I'm pulling this thing for 8 hours straight on my own. You get nothing.
So, Lekka, what was your family like before,
Do you really want to know?
Yes.
I mean, Sarabi wasn't awake for the discussion I had with Aldrin, was she? No.
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 Well, let's just say that they tried to rob a bunch of merchants on the road, got the attention of the king, and got themselves murdered.
Oh. Which king?
I don't know, the kingdom of Sorella?
Is that shit?
Like
Walker's
Lekka would probably honestly
brother?
not know who the
Or
actual
no?
king is, but
Oh,
like if
very much
anything, I
so.
would probably not know the name of the actual king, like just the last name.
All right.
Just
Well,
some
if you
nickname.
know the town name, I probably recognize it. I'm very interested in kings. Mm-hmm.
Of course you are.
Might just be a little bit of a gold digger.
Makes sense. I too am
At least you
interested
admit
in
it.
kings. Lots of money. Ah, you too dig for gold, yes?
Yeah.
I
When
prefer
it's
taking it from the
appetizing
pockets,
enough.
though.
Not like that, Lekka. Wrong type of gold digging.
Yes, I've surmised that she's different.
Sorry,
Many
I
like
say
it.
none of this because I'm too busy struggling pulling this cart on my own.
Many like her in port towns.
So, your family was murdered for robbing merchants, and you became a merchant?
Well, my family did many things wrong, honestly. They were not the nicest kobolds.
I'm amazed you fell so far from the tree.
Well, there's a lot that can change in 20-ish years of slavery, I guess.
That is certainly true.
Being at the bottom of the totem pole has its advantages? Question mark.
Well, you certainly see the world in an interesting way.
I just wanted to get away from home. Expanded my horizons eventually.
Well, you have wandered
good
quite
for me.
far.
Now all I care about is money. Never the treasure.
Like a true merchant.
At least I get to meet a lot of interesting people.
That is true. I do like meeting the people. Good and
People
bad.
like Tusk. Interesting fellow.
Tusk is amusing, yes.
As you guys are having a chit chat, go ahead and roll me perception.
If Vulcan rolls
Me
high,
as well, or no?
I call bullshit.
Everybody here.
Lekka's plagued by memories of his past.
I feel like I would not be looking out for stuff other than like terrain.
That's
I
fair.
feel I feel like you're
I mean,
probably
at this point,
glaring
I
at
am
the terrain.
kind of helping you, but it's not helping.
So
Honestly.
I will say this, Aldrin, and I will say this to everybody. If you guys want to just fail a roll, you can just say, I'm not looking. I am totally cool with that. If your character wouldn't be doing something, tell me and we'll just say no roll. I am 100% okay with that. So, sure.
I probably wouldn't really be looking.
Fully focused. You guys are moving forward. You don't sense something kind of hover up behind you. And you guys are just kind of having this conversation.
We really want to die, don't we?
Why
you?
do you have to say hover? I don't like the sound of that.
You don't like hovering? Why?
Well, because the only things that hover are very dangerous.
So far, this is true.
If it starts buzzing, I'm gonna run.
No buzzing. But Sarabi,
Lekka's too busy regaling Sarabi with tales from my family and how terrible they were.
you catch it out of the corner of your eye. There's something floating behind Lekka. Is anybody carrying alcohol on them?
No.
Probably, actually.
No.
Alcohol's too posh for my current circumstances.
Do I want to make Lekka the kind of captain that carries rum on himself?
Does anyone have any water that's not water? Any liquid that's not water, sorry.
I have perfume.
You have perfume on you?
I definitely have perfume.
Is holy water what?
Yeah, it means water, yeah.
Yeah,
I also have a
holy
health
water
potion.
is water.
That's
All right.
technically
Yeah.
water.
Behind you, Sarabi, you can see this thing floating behind Lekka. It's about 2 feet tall. It has blue skin and green gills. It is
No, it
holding...
looks just like me.
Yeah, it's very
A
actually
long lost brother.
very similar, actually. It's kind of just hovering behind with its feet like curled up. It's holding this little bubble-looking thing, and he's kind of like rubbing it and just floating behind, just listening to your guys' little story. He's just having a good one. He's having a good is what he's doing.
He's having a
And-
whole good.
I'm sorry. What is he doing?
He's just having a good day.
He's just
And-
hovering there.
And
menacingly.
he's rubbing his bubble?
He's just chilling.
Oh,
he's just-
hell yeah.
He's just
Yeah.
doing his
My
thing.
guy.
He's just pondering his orb there.
He's pondering his orb, exactly. Can you, on the upper left-hand corner, Robbie, do you see what his name is?
Unknown creature.
Hell yeah. All right, it works. I'm so happy.
I will lean around Lekka. Hello there.
Hello, Sarabi. I've been here this entire time.
Not
What are you
you.
looking
Turn
at?
around.
I'll turn around.
As you say this, Lekka, make me a dexterity save. We're trying to beat a 12.
Great.
All right.
Definitely not.
He doesn't lash out at you to hurt you, but he looks very inquisitive, and he kind of like reaches out towards your pouch, and you guys hear sort of a humming as you see his little bubble kind of like blurble, like blah, 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 blah. And he kind of pulls his hand back, and you can see that the bubbling was like rippling throughout his arm, and he kind of shakes his hand out, and there's like water droplets and driplets kind of just floating all over the place. And now he's looking at you, Sarabi, and he just kind of smiles and goes, "Hello."
And what's your name? I'm Sarabi.
He just kind of slowly smiles.
He looks like a gremlin. Is he a gremlin?
No, my name is Bubble.
It's demons in the middle of our Final Fantasy raids.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Bubble? That's weirdly cute.
Ooh, you think I'm weirdly cute?
Maybe
Yes.
cutely weird.
Oh, I think you're cute too. Why are you pulling those crates?
We're delivering them to the witch.
He's hovering, so he floats around you, Sarabi, and he kind of like puts his nose out and he's looking at him. He's like, what's going on? And then he like looks at Aldrin.
Just why is he pulling them alone?
He's
Because
not
my
helping.
friends are assholes.
Because he's the strong one and I don't want to break my nails.
I mean, I've been
Like
trying to
that.
help him.
Like,
Yeah.
I appreciate you. You're at least trying.
And he's just kind of hanging out and just watching. He says,
This was going to take a while. Where are you going?
Somewhere in that general direction.
Yeah, that general direction.
he looks over and you guys are effectively pointing toward the volcano.
It's very hot over there. I don't want to go over there. You should go somewhere else.
I mean, that's where the witch is. You don't have to come.
But if I don't follow you, I'll be alone.
You were already alone?
No, I've been with you guys the whole time, listening to your story.
What do you mean by the whole time?
Yeah, what do you mean the whole time?
He smiles.
For, I don't know, a little while.
How
Ever
long
since-
is a little while?
You were speaking with the ogres, and, well, I saw you could all use some company, so I've just been following.
Could have asked first. It's kind of creepy just following people.
Yeah, that is kind of creepy, Bubble.
Oh, it's creepy?
Also, touching stuff without asking is kind of mean.
Mean?
Bad.
Oh. Well,
And you can tell he's pondering something as you guys are pulling and kind of moving forward. And says,
I've kind of stopped at this point just to like
Okay.
stare at him.
It's mean to purify water? Why would you want dirty water?
And he looks to Sarabi and says,
You have dirty water. Can I clean it for you?
My water's
Purifying water?
fine.
Mm.
What are you talking about?
and he's like pointing to your bag. And you have a vial of ink on you.
I'll
I can fix it.
I'll pull out the ink. You mean this?
He smiles and kind of reaches for it.
Oh, yes, let me
Oh
purify.
God, no! Please! This is my ink. It's supposed to be dirty. It makes pictures. Writing.
Oh, you're an artist.
Yes.
I'm an artist.
Oh no.
What do you draw?
I don't draw. I create. I sculpt with water.
Ah. Okay. Well, I use the dirty water. Please don't purify it.
And he's kind of narrowing his eyes.
Are you sure? Gross water is not good. You can't drink that.
Here, let me show you.
Okay, he nods.
I'll pull it out, put some paper, and I'll write his name.
All right, you write Bubble on a piece of paper, and he nods that again and says,
What's that?
That's your name.
Oh. Well, that's interesting.
And if you purify it, you won't be able to see this. It'll just be blank.
Well, that sounds pretty horrible.
It is, yes.
I do like that. That is nice. Is this a quiz? Something dirty that turns into something beautiful and useful? What's it mean?
I mean, we have an entire book of those. Things that are
Oh?
dirty and turn beautiful.
Ooh, do tell.
Aldrin, show the book.
he like smiles and kind of claps his
No.
hands together.
No.
Wait, I
He's
thought
nodding.
I thought I had the book.
Do
You
you?
had it last, yeah. Yeah, technically you had it last.
Yes, Aldrin, show us the book.
No. Maybe if someone has a different book. Not this one.
What? Come on.
No, I know why you want to see it, Sarabi. You don't need to corrupt poor little Bubble here. He seems nice.
All right, I'll pull out my book of drawings then.
I say as I want to insight check him to see if he's actually nice, if I'm getting a bad vibe from him or anything.
Yeah, sure. Go for
It's
it.
kind of weird.
Lego's gonna pull out his water jug with the water he filled in the water hole
Okay.
where we camped. Is this water dirty as well?
A little. I can purify it for you if you want.
Sure.
Oh,
He doesn't really grab onto like the water skin. He puts his hands around it, and you can see his skin begin to sort of ripple, like he's basically similar to like boiling water. And after he does, he kind of like waggles his hands out, and just like water droplets sort of just go everywhere. And he goes,
all right, all clean.
Very useful.
Can we tell if he was making holy water or just purifying it?
"No, he purified your holy water. It's water now.
No.
That's just water." He purified your drinking water, so now you have 2 things of drinking water.
He purified
Wait.
my holy water? What?
It's
How
just
dare
it's just water.
Wait. He got
I mean, I
he got
don't-
all the water?
Yeah.
How do you
Is it-
purify holy water? What? I don't think that's how it works, Yeti.
Very
I don't agree.
carefully, apparently.
Very carefully.
How do you sift out magic?
He's made of magic. Took the good stuff out. He's clearly not a regular being. And he's kind of just watching you guys.
I mean, in that case,
I thought you said a regular bean.
I'm definitely going to ask him if he purified my special water.
He nods, smiling.
You're welcome.
Well, that's not good.
No, it's great. You have clean water now, unlike her, but her dirty water is
No,
good
no.
water, right?
You don't understand. This was special water.
Oh, like, what kind of special water?
Magical? It is, how do you say, extra pure? Good against evil beings.
Oh, well, I don't know any evil beings. You mean like,
Well.
He's thinking. He can't really think of anything. He's just kind of blanking.
Imagine
Can I
if
do that
there
insight
was
check?
another one of you that
Yeah, go
went
for it.
around making water dirty.
oh, there's definitely someone that makes water dirty.
Yeah,
I have
that's
a
an
friend that
evil
makes
being.
water dirty.
Your friend is evil.
No. I make it clean after. It's okay.
You can tell Aldrin that he's just lonely and just wants to talk to somebody. He's not trying to trick you guys or anything. He legitimately thinks he's fixing your water. Like, he has to. It's his job.
Aha. That's weird.
He nods.
But I mean,
Can you unclean the water?
No,
I kind of want my special magic holy water back.
I can't unclean it. No, that's just how it works. I have a friend that can make it dirty, like hers.
And he points to Sarabi.
that's not what he wants.
Lekka said.
It's fine, Lekka. I can make you some more later. And by later, I mean tomorrow.
Bubble's very confused.
Bubble, you're not supposed to just go around purifying everyone's water. Sometimes they don't want it.
Yes.
Okay.
Make sure to ask before you purify water, yes?
He slowly nods, like he doesn't get it.
I mean, your job is purifying water, yes?
Nods.
Now, what if my job was punching you? Would you
that
be
sounds
happy
mean.
with that?
No, that's not very
Yes.
nice.
Would you prefer if I asked you if you wanted to be punched?
Yes, I would.
There you go. Same thing with
The
water.
same thing.
He is just like, what? And then he looks at you like and says,
Do you have to punch people though? You haven't punched me yet.
No,
No, only bad people.
Oh, I'm not bad.
well, we just met you, so we don't know that.
That's why it's nice to ask.
You've given Bubble many things to ponder on.
he's just floating and watching you guys. Are you continuing to walk forward, Aldrin, or are you just chilling?
Well, we need to make progress, so I will continue walking forward.
He's definitely
but-
slowed you down at this point, yeah. As you guys continue walking southward, Bubble's just floating behind you.
This island is getting weirder and weirder.
Yes, it is.
All right, it is about, we'll say it's around 4 or so when you meet him. And as you guys continue forward, you guys get closer and closer to the volcano. And as you guys do, remembering the directions that you were given,
Why does the witch live so close to the volcano?
Why didn't you ask her? Actually, on second
Okay.
thought, maybe it's best if you don't follow us to the witch, because apparently she does not like being around women or something.
What?
No, I think she was going to use me in some weird ass way.
Yeah, which is probably why it's best if you don't get close. Maybe turn yourself into a fox, yes?
Oh, yeah, I could do that.
you could do that.
Good idea.
It is about 8 or so, and you can hear the jungle around you stirring. Occasionally, you maybe hear something following you, but Bubble kind of turns around and he's seemingly keeping an eye out. So you're not really sure if he's protecting you from being attacked, if things like him are trying to attack you, and he's just keeping them away, or what, but you guys are not assaulted on the way to Bavmorda's hut. As you guys get a little too close for comfort, though, it does indeed begin to get a bit warmer, and nearby is a small little like pond. And looking to all, Bubble says,
Alrighty, well, I'm gonna go now as it's, well, getting warm, and, well, I don't like that very much.
All right.
All right.
We'll see you around.
I'll be sure to ask permission next time I touch your water, right?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Thank you.
all right, he smiles and kind of just like, bloop, 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 and just like floats away. Just up ahead, you guys see what you believe to be the hut of the Hutster.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I will transform into a fox.
The biggest whoa. You're transforming into a fox before you get close, yeah?
Yeah.
I transform into a lizard. Oh, wait, you're already
You're
out.
already a lizard.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I sit here.
Exhausted.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what? The only thing I can do to help you out is use gust to cool you down. So I'm gonna do that.
Oh god, are you just like a
Thanks,
portable
bud.
fan?
Yes. I'm making
Alrighty.
sure he has like the permanent protag wind
Oh my.
Excellent. So he's just
billowing.
anime boy all the time.
Exactly.
Appropriate for runaway royalty.
Indeed. Definitely the main character. Moving southward, you guys come upon what you believe to be Bavmorda's Blade House. You see a hut of mud and bone, thatched with silver, standing atop of an outcropping of obsidian that rises 20 feet above the jungle floor. It's impossible to miss. Large crescent-shaped blades of obsidian jut from the sides of the hut and the outcropping. There's about a 5-foot wide trench surrounding the area and a ramp that spirals up the outcropping to the hut. You get the feeling that if you were invited, good luck getting in here. It is incredibly aggressive looking. It is also very dark. The moon is out. So are the stars. And there is a relative clearing. So the moon is bathing her hut in light. She is not outside. No one is outside. But there are various torches that are lit. What do y'all do?
Yeah.
You think we were invited? Yes.
I don't think we were technically invited. We were just told to go over here.
We
I
were.
don't know if they can
Invited
send
by proxy.
messages. I guess.
Why?
I mean, regardless. We go up the hut, I guess.
As you all begin to get closer
Trying
and
to be very cautious.
indeed, you all begin to climb this hut slowly and carefully. What is your general approach? Actually, Aldrin, are you
No.
leaving the slide at the bottom, or are you trying to drag it up this incline?
Oh,
Leave it at the bottom.
She's a magic.
I am
User,
not
right?
leaving
She can
it at the
probably lift
bottom. I'm dragging it up.
Eight.
Very noble. Very stupid.
Am I able to cast Bull Strength on him again?
You want
Not
spell
when you're a
slot?
kitsune.
Yeah, I have another one.
You want to do it before we start doing that, or
Yeah, I'll do that.
okay?
I mean, she's probably gonna be mad if we don't give her the stuff that we came here to give her.
All right, that was my last spell slot. For
Okay.
The second levels.
Sure. And then you issue a Ascendio.
Very, very, very slowly.
All right.
Yeah. I'll just go up before him and like cautiously but not sneakily go up and just knock on the door, I guess.
Sorabi, how are you approaching?
I'll go up with Lekka as like his companion fox.
Sure, I'll ride you up.
Sure.
Is a fox small though?
Pretty sure she's just turned into a small fox, right?
I mean, it's technically through
I
polymorph.
think it's a normal fox.
Just a fox.
you'd-
A fox is tiny,
You'd be
actually.
pretty small.
So she's
That's
smaller
a
than
very
you.
small fox. Nice. I mean, there's
She
different
rides
sizes of
you?
foxes.
A fox has 2 HP.
2
Ah.
HP.
It's tiny. I mean,
Honestly, I don't agree with that literally because foxes can be pretty big, but okay.
it
Yeah,
can
they
be.
can.
Well, that's the funny thing. I can just say, hey, guess what? She's bigger.
I'm bigger.
And she's bigger.
She's also a magical fox, so you
Look
know.
how that works. I spit in the face of your rules.
I'm right, I
Alright.
ride her up.
Excellent.
I now have acquired a mount. I'm unstoppable.
You already had one. It's me.
Well, Sorabi can ride you. So then we have like it's like a trifecta mount. And
Yeah.
then you can ride on Tusk.
Oh my.
And then it's just a totem power.
And then Tusk can ride on a mammoth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the mammoth can ride on the
Exactly.
whale.
Oh no.
And the whale can ride on a ship. No, wait. Not the ship. We are going to animate the statue of the Booba elf lady.
Ooh.
Oh,
yes.
ride on that.
Yes.
That's our next ship.
And
That's
then
our way
there's
out of here.
We are going to Ghostbuster into the volcano.
And there's definitely not something bigger than that running around this island, that's for sure.
I like how
Wow.
you say that.
Totally believe you, God.
So the Booba elf statue is going to ride on this massive crocodile?
Precisely. Oh yeah, there's also the crocodile. Forgot about that. No, that's Moz. Sure he tamed it.
True.
Yeah.
Alrighty. You guys ascendio, as you do. And you get about halfway up before it's painfully obvious you're being watched, but not assaulted in any way. For how aggressive this hut looks, someone should have attacked or said something or stopped you by now, and they have not. You don't really hear anything up above besides the crackling of the fire. You can hear creatures and various bugs and such kind of chirping away in the jungle, but besides that, really nothing too crazy. And you guys eventually get to the very top. Aldrin, it is a very, very tough pull, but you are indeed able to do so.
Oh.
Like a bowl, precisely.
It takes me the full hour.
To move 20 feet?
It's
Yep.
spiraling.
No, in that case, I'm probably gonna hop around, try to nudge your feet up.
I'm kidding. It doesn't actually take me an hour. It feels like an hour to me, though.
I can see that.
Poor Aldrin.
You did this to me.
You're welcome.
I was gonna make you guys something. Now only Lekka gets it. At least Lekka tries to help.
Lekka's got you covered next level.
As you all ascend these steps, the door itself, it's wooden, and it's there, but it's not really going to keep anybody out.
Is it closed or ajar or?
It's closer to one of the, like a single swing door you'd find at a saloon. It takes up a decent amount of the frame, but doesn't fill it. You can actually see in, and there's a fire inside, and clearly there's someone in the building.
If it's like a saloon door, does that mean that it's got an empty bottom and an empty top?
Yes.
All right, I'll duck down so I can see underneath. And
I'll make
yeah.
sure she doesn't go in yet. It's
Yeah, I'm
nice
not
to
going
knock.
in.
When-
I am knocking. I'm doing a wolf knock. I'm ducking down so I can see, and I'm yapping.
All right. When you duck down to see
Yapping.
Sarabi, before you can yap, the first thing you see, besides, as I mentioned, this obviously lit hut, is a very tall ogre woman with long silver braided hair, and she is staring directly into your eyes with a small smirk. And she nods. And when she
I
does,
think she knows.
the door just kind of and then opens inward to allow you all entry.
I'll trot in and wag my tails. All 9 poofs.
All your poofs are woofing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll very softly whisper into Sarabi's ear. I think she knows.
I'll flick one of my tails at you. Actually, all of them. Flick all tails at you.
Do you drag the meat into the hut, or do you keep it outside?
I'll ask her what she wants me to do with
I was
it.
about to say how much would I bet she wanted it left down there.
Well, then it can slide down the hill.
She smiles at you and sort of nods just to the side of the door. There are various empty crates there, and you can tell that's usually where they're probably left.
I'll drag him over there and be in pain the whole time while I'm
She
taking
is
him
just-
off of the sled.
She is watching you just struggle.
I'll snigger.
I mean, boar strength should make you pretty damn strong, shouldn't it?
It's very heavy. It definitely makes
I mean,
you stronger.
If ogres were struggling with it a little
literally-
bit.
Doubles your capacity.
It does. He's carrying 2 of them.
Yeah.
By
Okay,
himself.
that's maybe a bit stupid of you. Do both at the same time.
Yeah, you're making it
Like
up to
I'm
yourself
judging you
on purpose.
heavily.
Oh, okay. You guys want to carry one? All right, rewind 8 hours. I'm making them carry them. I'm
fine. I
sitting
used to,
on the one that's Robbie's carrying.
Lekka's used to carrying heavy things like backpack and his. I own a ship and I don't have any workers on it. I need to carry every single crate on myself.
I'm
Very
used to
heavy.
being weighed down by tons of jewelry and rich fabrics.
All of which would probably be strung throughout the jungle if you
Me
wore them
too,
there.
actually. But I
Definitely.
usually sell them.
Looking to the 3 of you, she offers another nod and kind of shakily stands. And then she speaks, saying, "Who sent the 3 of you?"
Yep.
Srock? How do you pronounce it?
Srock. S-R-O-K. Yeah, Srock.
Srock.
I would reply, but I'm literally dying on the floor.
I'll keep gusting you.
She can see that you're
A
not
little
doing
comfort.
you're not doing so hot. She motions to you, Aldrin, says,
Come here, child.
I roll over.
you can tell she's actually a little amused at this. She's not really sure why ogres sent 2 tiny folk, a fox, a small boy, and someone who probably wasn't acclimated to the task to carry all this really, really, really heavy meat, but Okay.
I'll offer Eldrin some purified holy water.
I drink all of it.
Just rank 25 gold, by the way.
Sweet.
She motions over you, and you very much are exhausted. You are tired. You're sweating. This is one of those, like, it hurts to breathe, and you're kind of like coughing. Your chest is tight, but as she does this, you can feel all your muscles kind of loosen, and it just feels good. It's relaxing, almost as if you've not necessarily received like a short rest or a long rest or anything, but like she's ironed out all your muscles.
Oh, that's much better. Thank you. I'll just lay on my back on the floor still.
Use some magic, yes.
Doesn't seem to mind. And then looking to Sarabi, she kind of waves her hand as well and says,
Child, you don't need to disguise yourself either. Leave that silly form.
I'll revert back. But it's comfortable sometimes.
One would want to be in their own skin, yes?
Technically, they're both my skin, so...
Intriguing.
looking to the three of you, says,
You're an unexpected lot. Besides the little delivery job, what brings you here?
I don't know what we were going to ask her specifically before. But
I think we were going to
dude,
ask her for like some magic or like some knowledge or something about the island. And
probably.
Shrug wanted us to
You want us to...
help her get more bodies? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, apparently
Uh.
Shrug wanted us to help you help him.
Oh. So he's making a move finally?
Oh, yeah.
Looks like it.
Good.
No idea what's happening here, but alright.
she just kind of smiles.
Politics.
Indeed, indeed. I would prefer if things were a bit more simple. Not that we have two leaders, but having them argue becomes arduous and boring, if I'm to be entirely honest.
Can agree with that. Bad for business as well.
Quite bad for business. Bad for the people as well. I'm sure you know our little problem.
We've
We
heard
have an
some things,
inkling.
yes. We know the big problem is that guy over there, and he'll point to the general location of the volcano.
Speaking of, why are you so close to this mountain?
I have my reasons, child.
Isn't it hot?
No, I'm quite acclimated to it. Thanks for worrying about me, though.
Okay.
And she's kind of smirking at that, almost mockingly. She definitely looks her ears.
So, you traveled all this way just to deliver meat? And what? To get in Srock's good graces?
I mean, we were told that you were a person of great magic and knowledge.
That I am.
Well, you might have guessed we're new on the island.
I can tell. Not dead, either. I hope you like your stay here.
Apparently it's quite permanent.
It is, indeed, quite permanent. We would have left if we could.
No, it's not. This is not permanent.
We'll get to that point once we get there. I'm sure there's a way off here somehow.
I'd like to believe so. If things go our way, we might find, well, that path. Sooner, rather than later.
I hope so too. Yes, yes.
So you mentioned magics. The three of you don't look too, well, let's be honest, physically fit. So, what? Three of you deal in what kind of craft?
Resurrection and healing.
Oh, quite bold claims from the girl. And you two?
I kind of do the same thing.
They're both the same, except exactly different. Weird how clerics work, you know. I'm more of a, I guess, sorcerer of the weather. I can control the rain. I can feel the wind, that kind of thing. Not very good at it yet, but I want to get better.
Not that.
Are you sure you want to get better at that, Lekka?
Yes,
Kind of scream
I'm-
whenever you cast a lightning spell.
I know. That's why I want to get better. Want to master storm, yes? Control it. Never have to be afraid of it ever again.
And looking to both Sarabi and Aldrin, she says,
You two are clerics of the faith, I assume?
Everyone says the faith like there's only one.
There are many faiths, but, well, my people worship what we worship, and I assume you'll put your future, your fortunes in another?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd actually be interested in meeting a cleric that is not of the faith.
That'd
As
be
would
interesting.
I.
I don't know if that's possible.
Shrug. I've seen some weird things out there. You never know.
Well, with your magics, what can you offer our clan?
Well, we can kill salamanders with it.
Oh, have you before?
Yeah.
Yes.
She actually seems impressed with that.
Apparently, Tusk really liked the ice that I can make.
She turns to you and kind of narrows her eyes like a.
Did you say ice?
Yes, yes.
She nods.
I only know one magic specifically, but
You know what ice is? Tusk had no idea.
Most of them are unaware.
Eh.
I am much, much older than our clan.
you
Tusk
came
is-
from outside as well.
I have a very, let's just say, interesting past. I traveled a long road to get here, little one. But yes, I am aware of this ice. You see, almost no one on this island has, well, witnessed any weather besides,
She just kind of motions around.
this heat, rain, no ice, no snow.
Since Lekka's gotten here, has he actually noticed anything different about the weather here, aside from being just hot? Like, is it any different from normal weather?
If you were to rest outside, which you did, if you'd spend some time kind of watching the clouds and such, you do notice that there is indeed something different. I want to say the pacing seems off. The weather is somewhat predictable. Obviously, if we understand, wind and clouds, and you can learn what to look for. It almost seems like
I think for
It's-
Lekka it would be more of like a feeling of an understanding, but yeah.
yeah. If you were to do either, because I'm sure you spent many days just lying on your back looking at the clouds.
Yeah.
Right. There's a certain, I guess, pattern, even though it's random, even though the wind is wild and free, there's still a certain pattern to how it pushes the clouds about. If you were to look at the clouds here, there's something different, almost like it's fighting with itself.
Does it give me like the feeling that it's trapped inside a bubble itself? Like it can't go anywhere, so it just goes everywhere?
In a way, if you were to visualize that, yeah.
Lekka just sees it in the form of basically, those weather reports with like the wind arrows?
Mhm.
Basically, he imagines something like that.
And the thing is, with how tumultuous the winds can be, you would expect pretty crazy storms, and for whatever reason, they're not forming. There's been, light tricklings and such as you guys venture throughout the jungle. Nothing too crazy. Yet, at least. Eventually something's gonna... It's the weather. You guys are on an island. Something's gonna happen.
Yeah. Lekka can see that. The weather here is contained, chaotic, doesn't go anywhere.
Indeed. That's just part of the island, unfortunately. Rewind for a moment. Lekka, how many people did you show this to?
Just Tusk.
Just
He
Tusk?
wanted to see it.
And do you believe you can trust him to remain silent?
No.
Probably not.
You know, your honesty?
Did we ask him to keep it quiet?
You did.
No.
Oh.
Kind of.
Wait.
Partially. Like, don't go tell everyone that ice exists. It's going to be confusing.
He might keep it quiet for a little while.
Yeah.
And I don't expect him to go around telling everyone. He might mention something like it, but that's about it.
Well, let's just say that, Lekka, this magic that you've brought to us could prove to be quite potent. Svarku and his minions, as I'm sure you can imagine, well, they're quite weak to it. They've been trying
yes,
to
yes.
find a source or something.
That's why he asked if it could be weaponized, isn't it?
She nods to you, Sarabi. Just,
Precisely. I'm sure I don't need to tell you of our little issue with our clan. We only have so many ogres, and it only takes us approximately 6 or so years to fully mature. That's not long enough. If we send out a platoon and half of them are killed, how many years is that to replenish our ranks? 12? 18? For them to become adults again? We won't send children to fight. And if we lose half our men, what's to stop Svarku from, well, moving in and finishing us off?
Quite a
Oh.
problem, yes.
you know,
Need more people. Don't have the time for more people.
Correct. Currently, we only have, I'm sure you've been made aware, very, very few females.
Yes, we've heard.
Is a problem. One that we could potentially find a solution to, but, well, if we foolishly go to war and lose more of our men, we might as well just give up at that point. I understand the hesitation, but we can't wait forever. Our friend Strock would like to move that timetable forward, what did he suggest to you?
Go recruit the lizardmen.
Oh, that could be interesting. We have not spoken with the Goa, but there are many of the lizard folk on this island. We've not necessarily had a chance to make peace with them, if you will.
The one we met was very secretive, yes?
Indeed.
Yeah.
To my knowledge, some of them are only interested in their own battles, in their own little wars and hunts and what have you. Understandably, another issue. I don't know if Srock, well, is capable of the political, let's say, sway to get them to join our side. He's a bit rough around the edges, if you didn't notice.
Oh, yes, he was.
His form of greeting is attacking my friend here.
Ah, he is the largest amongst you. You probably thought him a challenge.
Not right now, that's for sure.
Seems kind of weird to attack him from behind, though.
You don't seem injured.
Nah, he blocked expertly.
And she smiles at that and says, well, see, there's some fight in you. He is quite formidable, we'll say. A bit of an idiot, but still. He's been around for some time. So, have we, found allies in the three of you? I assume you didn't come here alone. There's others, yes?
Quite a lot, yes.
We came here alone, but there's lots more on the island.
I mean to the island, sweetie, yes. How many more? Hundreds?
No, I don't think there's that many.
What was it,
Quite a
a few
few.
dozen?
Like, yeah, probably like 24, maybe.
No,
would
I
be-
want to say it was maybe 4 dozen.
Probably closer to 3-4 dozen, yeah, because there's about a dozen NPCs. plus all of Mozmen, so. And
Yeah,
then-
3 or 4 dozen.
And what? Do you hold any rank over them?
Us
No.
don't know. Had
Shame.
to talk to Mama Telva that. She can be persuaded with enough
Yeah.
incentive.
Or bot.
Mm.
Or
yeah,
bot.
I'm pretty sure Maw could be bot.
Presumably, preferably bot. She likes that.
But with what precisely?
Goods, information, money.
Well,
Mamatel is a very, like I will take like a moment to measure his words, investive personality.
You feel like she understands it, so she nods.
From my understanding with Sunak, your people would not really appreciate her kind of interest in the island. I'm sure a deal can be struck with her if you're interested.
Yeah, she narrows her eyes at that.
I'll be honest, we don't do too kind to outsiders. Your people, regardless of race, regardless of look, well, you tend to take what's not yours, put your nose where it doesn't belong, and force our hands.
Can't deny that.
Like us just nodding along. Yes, that sounds like Mamatel.
If this is to be an issue, I'd prefer if the three of you found a way to convince her, or them, to back our cause, let's say. If she needs incentive, well, with she motions beyond you all to the volcano, with Mr. Largen in charge out of the way. Let's just say that there'd be many riches available to any and all who can carry them off the island.
Of course, all of that all depends on whether we can get out of here or not. I'm not sure how Ma would
Why do you
react.
keep saying that? We're getting out.
I mean, everyone has been telling we aren't getting out. I've gotten out once, but that's a different story apparently.
Yeah, no, you got out. I'm getting out. I have to see my sister again.
Yeah, she looks to you, Sarabi, and says,
Well, it is indeed true that currently no one leaves the island, but there's something stopping us. Something that, well, I have time.
and she narrows her eyes at you, and Sarabi, and says,
I can sense that you have time to wait. But, well, I assume you would rather not and leave with your friends, yes?
How much time are
Yeah.
we waiting? Or how much time are we talking about?
I pat like his head. You don't want to know. If she looked at just me.
Now I'm even more curious though.
Does this have something to do with Svarku? Is he doing something to the island?
I believe so.
Okay, well, that's incentive in and of itself.
Yeah,
Not.
that should be enough to incentivize Ma Martel to help with getting rid of him at least.
Precisely. He is a tricky bastard, though. Hopefully she's not spoken with him yet.
If Swarku can offer her something she wants, then we might have a problem, yes.
Let's just say he can. He has, well, your people trade in coin, yes?
Yes.
Coin goods.
Primarily.
Sometimes people, he'll say, with a slightly more salty in taste.
Yeah, she kind of snarls at that and says, well, let's put it this way. He has coin and then some. Coin, product, riches, various artifacts and such. Partnering with him, of course, he could probably just give them to you, but if we kill the bastard, we can just take them.
Like I just nodding along.
Or,
Same.
if, and this is a very strong if, there could be another way. Maybe we don't have to kill him. Maybe we can just move in and do what we need to do. But that can be a discussion for another time. Let's just say, well, keep this close to your chest, but some of us in the Night Axe have been discussing various methods to end this torment.
I am very confused. What?
Worry not on it, Sarabi. A plan years in the making, we'll say.
All right.
But
Well,
the three of you to assist, it should be easier, yes?
I personally don't like fiery things. Having crawled out of a fiery place myself.
I am much the same. Well, I will entirely leave your choices amongst the three of you. You may search out the lizardmen. They are, well, far from here. If any of you are a cartographer marking a map of some sort, and you don't want to get lost here on the island.
My drawing skills are terrible.
If I can draw, I've probably been drawing it.
You say that, but back on the massive mountain when I asked if any of us could draw, you said no.
Yeah, I just decided I could today.
I decided just now that I'm able to draw.
I am a draw.
It fits her character. I am retconning.
How dare you?
All right.
I am
well, in
shaping
that
this
case-
character as she goes.
In that case, Lekka has a map that he's been drawing very shittily. Now it suddenly appears in your backpack. Very nice.
Yes. Perfect.
I'm okay with that. All right. And she kind of looks at what you guys currently have and goes,
Oh, you've only just gotten here then.
Not even
Yes,
a
yes.
week?
hmm.
I think
Very
it's about a
good.
week, hasn't it?
No.
I
This
think
is
about
the-
5 days-ish.
Yeah, this is still the same day, right? From when we arrived?
Yeah, this is day 5. Yeah.
Yeah, this is day 5.
Well, definitely not the same day we arrived.
Sorry. No, sorry.
Same week.
Shit. This is the same day from the last session.
Yes.
Yes. Oh,
That's what I meant to say.
we arrived here. Yes. Of
It
course.
is evening now, though, so
Yes, it is 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, yeah. And looking at your map, she kind of points a few things out. She lets you know that the upper left quadrant of this island is also owned by the ogres. She lets you guys know that they are slowly... She tells you that she and her people would like to spread out. They want to move. Some of them do, at least. If they have the ability to do so, they very much want to expand. Their leader doesn't necessarily want to do this, but, well, you do what you got to do. So there is definitely some disagreement going on. You do know that Bavmorda is indeed on the side of not quick expansion, but smart expansion. Maybe not as bloodthirsty as Shrock, but she does want something done. She also lets you know that the lizardmen are primarily to the south of this island, but like very far from you guys, like 5 hexes.
Isn't that the way the other party went?
Yeah.
She lets you know that if you want to get around Svarku and his shitheads, it is better to go around the volcano, and there is a way to do that if you go literally around to the left of the map. If you want to go through, you can, but it is very dangerous. It is very, very hot.
Can we
There's-
take a boat?
She kind of thinks about it, like if you were to go from basically HS-13, you kind of go around that way.
I'm sure Ma Martel is like a dinghy we can use.
You can, but
Probably something.
it'd be very dangerous. She does
And
let you
why
know
is
that you probably want to avoid the waters. Kind of just a trust me look.
Hmm.
There's a reason we don't have boats and try to leave or go out fishing. There's a reason the whales come to us.
The water sucks.
Yeah.
Can't be worse than the big scary thing I felt in Chabi.
Well, there is multiple somethings that are big and scary here. best you avoid them. It's late, though. The three of you must be tired, yes?
Yes.
Quite.
If you don't mind, do you have a guest room?
She kind of motions
Like
around.
just looking around
Yeah,
at the small ass hut we're in.
the hut is decently sized. The three of you,
A guest spot?
it's just one big open hut. Yeah,
That works for me.
there's basically a guest corner she could shove you guys into. She clearly has her little sleeping quarters off in the corner. And to be clear, it is incredibly open. You're going to see her sleeping. She'll see you sleeping. There's like an area for eating. She has like a mini little fireplace. And besides that, there are just herbs and little, vials and urns and all these like clay pots and things dangling from the ceiling. It's very eclectic. It feels very, very lived in. She's clearly busy, whatever she's doing here.
What do you do here?
I mind my own business, and I help the clan.
Does she know what the weird plant is that we found on the elf statue? Anything we can make with it? I don't know.
She asks you to show it to her.
I show her some of the plants that I have an entire bag full of.
All right, you do open it. You can see that they're beginning to wilt, and she kind of frowns at that.
You should take better care of... What are these exactly?
Oh. And you see her kind of think for a moment, and then she says,
I know what they do at least, but is there a way to
Yes.
make them work without the side effects?
Not to my knowledge. From what I saw, let's just say you're lucky the three of you are magically inclined. This is poison to those who are not.
Oh.
Good
Oh,
to know.
wonderful.
Okay.
Lethal poison, to be clear.
Actually,
it will,
that's
it will
useful.
kill you. Yes, of course. You could very much poison someone with these. But, well, I would highly recommend you...
she kind of looks at the three of you, sort of judgingly, maybe looks in your bag a little bit.
You could dry it, turn it to a powder, do something with it. This is going to turn to sludge soon. You don't want that. It won't damage you, but it'll become garbage.
Is the vacuum
Yes,
magically
Loka
inclined?
snorts the magic powder.
Do that big sniff, though.
No.
The big snort. Oh,
That's
hit
the stuff. No, I don't do that.
it.
Loka is considering it though. Selling it as a new drug.
But she says, yes,
Magic cocaine.
she does let you know it is indeed a drug, and she will say,
It's a rather powerful drug. You three could stand to benefit from it, but as I'm sure you're aware, there's no way you didn't try it, yes?
Last time we tried it, it made me smell horrible.
Well, the way
I
around
couldn't
that is to...
All I got was bees.
Yeah, you got lucky, you jerk.
she kind of,
I mean,
Wow.
I didn't tell you to eat it. You just
Smelling
ate it.
good is my livelihood.
Is it?
Yeah. No one's gonna feed me if I stink.
You'd be surprised.
I'm sure there's someone out there that's interested in that.
Oh,
There's some
dear.
weirdos.
Probably not someone I'm into.
Hey, you
I
never know.
once sold to a very fat lord that was into. Well, let's not.
Fish.
Well, no, it had more legs than that.
Oh no.
It was not tasty.
she's kind of just watching you all, like, stroking her hair and just thinking and just kind of nodding along.
Well, if you're able to turn it into something that's not, well, eating leaves, you might be able to tone down the negative effects, we'll say. But I would still be careful with it. It is quite potent. I've messed with it slightly, but, well, as most of our warriors are not magically inclined, it's sort of
Might be an
useless
issue,
to
yeah.
us.
Used for
Precisely.
a pinch, though.
Indeed. I do have some on me, but it's powdered.
Could you show me the process?
I could.
You can have some of it in return if you need more.
She smiles at that. Before I even need to ask. Perfect.
A merchant knows when he needs to trade.
And she smiles at that. And then looking at the two of you,
Well, I'll be teaching him. It won't take long, but...
and looking back to you, Leka,
Would you prefer to rest first? You all do look quite tired. It is late. I can show you in the morning.
I mean, Eldrin definitely needs some rest right now.
Yeah, look at Aldrin.
Everything is sore.
I don't mind staying up another 4 hours, but
I don't mind
Okay.
staying up either. I want to watch. Actually,
Right where I'm at on the
well, where
floor.
are you now?
actually, do you mind if I draw you?
Oh no.
she's not sure what to think about that, but she kind of gives you the nod of like, all right, go for it.
Cool. While she's teaching Leka, I'm gonna draw them. I'm gonna use the canvas. It'll be a picture of the Night Axe leader making friends with
Okay.
other peoples. That's what they want, right?
Yeah. I mean, primarily he wants you to prove you can draw, and then he wants you to.
Yeah. So I'm gonna draw. I want it to be an important picture.
Make
not just
sure
a
you
random
like
drawing.
make sure you like overcompensate with like massive amounts of magic flowing from her. Like
Oh,
she's doing
yes.
something incredibly powerful.
Absolutely, yes.
And I'm like sitting there, a tiny lizard learning her magics
Yes.
in awe.
That's what I'm gonna do.
And while she's getting ready to teach you, like, as she asks,
How would you prefer to partake in this? Do you smoke?
But the poison is definitely useful if we need it. Something quick and easy, I guess, if it's a last resort.
Well, multiple ways it can be consumed, and I will say, if taken on
What about
certain aspects, you can somewhat prolong the effect. It slows down the consumption,
what
of
about,
course, but
Lecker once learned how to make emergency supplies. Small ball of fat and herbs and things healthy for you. Keeps you lasting for a while longer in like dangerous places. Can be eaten quickly on the move.
I've done a little testing with this plant in particular. If you want, you could just dry out the leaves themselves and eat them as such. They should give you sustenance, but like I mentioned, you'll probably still experience
And
the
more so
same.
for last pinch moments, need to quickly get a bite
Precisely.
with magical potency.
That can be simply dried, but I can show you the timing. You don't want to burn them or over dry them. If you do, well, there's a somewhat more complicated method, if you don't mind. You need to extract the nectar and then find a way to crystallize it. Then if you grind up crystallized nectar, you can make a powder. That you can smoke, like I said. You can also inhale it if you wish.
Sounds useful. I think I have the tools for that. I'll rummage through my... Actually, I can probably use the poisonous kit for that.
all right, as you're kind of rummaging through that, she slowly walks over to one of her tables and sort of gathers some things up, and then kind of comes over back to you and she just has everything ready. And she sees that you've prepared some of your own tools as well, and you kind of nods and goes, all right, interesting.
Still learning how to use this, honestly.
Well, hopefully I can help a little.
We'll say with this, you do learn basically the method. It definitely takes some time, but you're basically going to learn the method to specifically this flower. You can turn it into a dust if you wish, or very simply, you can just basically dry the leaves as long as they're pretty healthy. If you let them wilt, you can't really dry them. The sap, like the nectar, will grow foul and not be as potent. Basically, depending on how you choose to consume this or take it in, it is once again more or less effective. So the effect should still be the effect, of course, but the downtime might not be either as bad, or the downtime might take longer to hit you if you consume it for longer, if you smoke it or something along those lines.
Okay.
Will the negatives also react the same way?
Yes.
Probably, yes.
Yeah. So if it will, so the thing is, if you hit, downtime, if you hit the withdrawal phase, that's still going to, happen regardless. But of course, if you just keep taking it, you'll never hit your withdrawal.
Will you get addicted
Just keep
to it?
smoking all the magic crack.
I mean, it's basically magic cracks, so you tell me.
Basically, yeah. Like, if anything, Lecker would probably make, let's say, half a dozen of the, like, instant stuff that gives you, like, a quick hit with, like, massive side effects.
Mm-hmm.
In case of, like, danger, just. And the rest you would probably turn into, like, the I don't know, the stuff you smoke.
Yeah, so that definitely will take...
The more, yeah.
Yeah, so she can show you how to make one. That will take much longer, of course. The drying process is basically going to be over your guys' long rest. She's just showing you how to set it up.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, so effectively, she's basically showing you the method for each of these. And it's a little intricate. It's definitely a little strange. You know that if you mess this up, you would effectively just completely waste the flour. I will say these don't roll. You'll just automatically succeed because she's here to help you. But if you're out oot and a boot, if you will, we can basically, figure out and count and to see how much of this specific plant we have. But I would say, I'll say you have about a dozen, because you guys took a ton. But I'd say you have about 12 or so on.
Yeah. Like, I think I stuffed my bag full about, but...
Yeah, so with what you have left, there's about 12 or so that'll do you good. The rest are either too small, you have to take multiple flowers and get all that sap out and grind it up. We can probably divide it into 6 are quick hits, 6 are long hits. But we'll mention that later, so not too big of a deal.
Uh-uh.
But basically, if you need to do this, you can spend one of your watches, long rests, whatever, just kind of chilling and making more. But 12 is a pretty good amount. You know these should not go bad under her watch, so you should be set for a while. I'm not sure if Aldrin has any on him or anything.
I don't think so. I think he brought actually.
I have the moss. About
So
it.
Robbie has the seeds.
I think I also
Yeah.
have something else on me.
You have the jelly moss, you have a cave lily, and you have... It's called Sipopa.
This was the Seapopa. Yes,
Sipopa is what it's called.
the opium.
Basically,
I guess I'll also give her the cave lily and the jelly moss and show her if it's anything.
she does indeed
Very
tell
useful.
you that the jelly moss is literally wood glue. It's incredibly potent. But when you ask about the cave lily, she lets you know that in its current state, basically useless. You got to get it fresh. But she
What does it do though?
won't tell you. Trade secret. If you could trade her something pretty useful. I mean, when she says trade secret, she doesn't mean like something small. She means like it
Yeah,
could be,
like understands.
yeah, like I'll tell you if you help me out.
Anything in
Wait, what?
particular in return? I could make you some ice. Won't last very long in this place though.
Well, let's just say I'm not entirely foreign to the concept, but showing it off to the rest of the clan could be useful. Especially if you're in the right graces of the right people.
Nodders.
Pretty sure we could build them an icebox too.
That and, well, if we can get more forces on our side, someone might be more willing to attack sooner rather than later. Plus your little ice magic could be exactly what we need to tip the
Yes.
tides.
Need to get stronger though. Can't use it a lot.
She nods and
Very-
says,
Taxing.
"Oh, I understand. Like I said, Lekka, I have time. One of us wishes to move at a snail's pace, relatively. I'd rather strike before some of us die. All before he decides more of the island is his." And she sort of points outside and says, "One of the reasons I'm so close, I can see the volcano is moving. Swear
Oh.
it's getting closer, growing something. I need to keep an eye on them to make sure they don't decide to strike early."
Yeah.
And then looking to the three of you after, she's finished helping Lekka, Aldrin's kind of just getting a 4-hour.
I've
breather
just
on
been
the
passed
ground.
out on the
Yeah.
same spot.
Sarabi, what does your painting look like now that you finished?
Since I'm an artist, I definitely have paints on me, so I would have whipped up my special paints.
Definitely.
And exactly what Lekka said. It's her looking all super powerful and awesome, and teaching this tiny little lizard who's entranced.
All right, she kind of has a laugh at that and clearly is quite happy with what you've been able to throw together there real quick.
Well, it is quite late now, so if you all wouldn't mind, lights out?
Sounds good to me. Yawn.
All right, she kind of points to the corner where you guys can rest. You guys have your bedrolls, so you're perfectly fine there. And she kind of moves over to her side, and then when she does, she sort of waves her hand through the air. When she does, the lights are like scooped out, almost as if she just kind of snatched all the fire and all the light out of the hut.
Ooh.
And in this pitch blackness, she just says, "Good night."
Good night.
And that will be a long rest for everybody.
Oh boy. I don't think I needed one, but I'll hit the button anyways.
Get your spells back, everyone.
My singular second level spell slot.
Alrighty, and by the time we wake, it will indeed be 8. And we'll go ahead and pause there. But methinks the three of you have done enough to level. Yes?
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Lekka wakes up and suddenly he knows magic. More magic.
Oh my god.
I can do
Actually,
a
it fits
magic.
well.
Oh,
Would it-
magic.
Would it actually make sense if I did some more talking over with Buff Morda and like she taught me some basics of wizardry? I'm not sure what kind of spellcaster she is, but
So, what exactly were you looking for from her?
basically Lekka has been lugging around a spell tome,
Mhm.
and he understands like the basic wording, but he has no idea what it's actually talking about.
Okay.
And he basically wanted to learn some of the ritual magic in it. So I guess she could have helped out understanding some of it, assuming she can read. Probably can.
Probably can if she's that old.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming it's in common.
Yeah.
So, yes.
She can give me some pointers because Lekka doesn't really understand the mumbo jumbo. He understands what's happening, but no idea how it works.
I would say seems to be very talented in many arts. As I mentioned, she is quite old, and she's not been wasting away these years, well, twiddling her thumbs. So yeah, we'll say she can definitely help. So I assume you're taking 1 level in wizard.
Yep.
Dope. Aldrin and Sarabi, you're just going level 4 cleric, I assume.
Yeah.
Cool. You should.
Probably, but I have to check more stuff.
Sure. I was about to say, definitely. You should be able to level here in Foundry. But let me throw this big but out there. If you do, you cannot go back. You cannot level down in Foundry. You
Plan
cannot
it
go
out
back.
in D&D Beyond, preferably.
Yes. Plan out in D&D Beyond, please. I will keep Foundry running. If you want, I can make a copy of your character and you can level that instead. Once you've leveled, that's it. There's no going backwards. I can delete the item, but we have to manually change your stats to go back. So it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just kind of a pain in the ass. Obviously, as I mentioned before, the more you guys practice and train and do various things, we can earn proficiencies and
Eldrin is
other
gonna be
bits.
so happy. He's never gonna have to carry anything ever again.
A gift to our boy. We'll go ahead and pause it there and reconvene next week.